It is my pleasure to introduce our student commencement speaker this morning, Hannah Trumbull. Our speaker was competitively chosen by a committee of peers, faculty, and staff. Hannah was selected based on the impact of her comments, her creativity and uniqueness, and her ability to resonate with the graduating class and all of our guests. Hannah Trumbull is a human development major and political science minor from Albany, California. At Davis, she has served as a board member of Chala for Hunger, program leader at the Multi-Faith Living Community, program staff at YMCA Youth and Government, and a recreation leader for the city of Davis. Hannah's favorite thing about Davis has been living at the Turtle House, a cooperative living house where she publishes magazines of student art and runs a taco trike that raises money for Planned Parenthood. Hannah is inspired by her mother, a kindergarten teacher, to go into public education policy, and her father, a general contractor and small business owner, to try to own one day, build her own intentional living community. Hannah will be working at the Bay Area nonprofit Rising Sun following graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our student speaker, Hannah Trumbull.
Good morning and welcome, honorable deans and faculty of the College of Agricultural and Environmental Sciences, and also to the family and friends of those of us graduating today. Welcome, class of 2017. I've learned so much from you and alongside you in classes and workshops, in clubs and outdoor adventures trips, and I'm so honored to have the chance to speak to you today. Out of all the lessons I learned at Davis, the one I am thinking about today and that I keep coming back to again and again is that the best I can hope for in my life is to uphold the standard of a healthy flatworm. I took a human development course on longevity with Professor Carey last winter. And one day he lectured about how to categorize nematode health as an example of lifespan measures. Here are the 4 stages of nematode health in order from most to least healthy, and I hope you'll see why they struck me as profound. A Class A nematode is in constant motion. A Class B nematode only moves when prodded. A Class C nematode does not move even when prodded, and a Class D nematode is a dead nematode. To reiterate, constant motion, moving when prodded, not moving when prodded, dead. In essence, all possible human responses to life that I had seen so far could be boiled down to categorize us as degrees of healthy nematodes. For a nematode, a prod is a physical object poking it in its petri dish, and a motion is a squirm. For humans, a prod could be a personal event, a national event, a medical problem, a breakup, loss of a job, or just a sudden epiphany that your life should be different. Motion is creation, connection, empathizing, and self-actualizing through moves as small as planting seeds or as large as supporting a loved one through finishing a college degree. But what sets us in motion, and what determines whether we move to action when we are prodded? Walking out of Herring Hall after Professor Carey's lecture, I stopped and bought a square of baklava from the Afghan Student Association bake sale and got handed about 17 half-sheet flyers encouraging me to rush a service sorority, come to a disco dance-a-thon, volunteer at a honeybee festival, and probably learn how to make my own shoes. I smiled at the guy in all white who preaches on the quad with his dog, and the guy who wears a kilt and plays Celtic flute music. Young people threw frisbees, climbed trees, and played guitar, and I knew that if I went up to any of them, I would be welcome to join in. This university has been a massive petri dish for us, with as many opportunities as we had for motion as we had hours in our day. The difference between a Class B and a Class C nematode is whether we choose to respond. We are Class A nematodes when we move every time we are able and every time it is right. Constant motion is a requisite of collective responsibility. When one person experiences injustice, who's obligated to move with them? One of my biggest passions in college has been communal living. At the Multi-Faith Living Community, I compared my own European Jewish recipe for hummus with my Arab Muslim housemates in an argument that ended only with the agreement that Whole Foods spinach hummus was an affront to everyone in the room. When a swastika was spray painted near campus that year, Those same community members were at my door with flowers and hugs, checking in on me and asking how they could help. When the Davis Mosque was attacked in a hate crime this year, I was immediately at their doors with all the support I could give. Community set us into motion by propelling us outside of our own petri dishes to respond to the ways that other people are prodded. As a textbook Class A nematode once told me, the name of the game is do your best every single time and never stop. The hard part, and maybe the empowering part, is that from here on out, the rules of the game are open to interpretation. Nematodes don't undergo somatic cell division, so they only ever have 159 cells. In contrast, millions of the cells in your body have divided, died, and been replaced since we entered this room today. How lucky are we to have the chance to recreate ourselves in these constantly moving bodies? Entering this new stage of our lives, we must be cognizant of the threat of stillness. It's easy to become jaded and apathetic Class C nematodes who don't move even when prodded. Say yes to constant motion. Take the hand of opportunities for creation around you and in your future. College has taught me that hard work pays off, as does intelligence, but most of all, it pays off to keep moving, to do your best every time. As we move into the next stage of our lives, I encourage each of you to take what you've learned in the course of your journey and find how it can motivate necessary motion widely, constantly, and to the best of your ability. Thank you.